I think that that's the link between me being a black fella, with thousands of generations of history behind me, and somebody from halfway across the world with thousands of years of theatrical tradition.
So, Cole, you want to tell us about, and let me get this right, non-written oral communication. What does that mean?
I'm a First Nations person of the Gurr people of Australia, and so we're in the Brisbane, Ipswich, and surrounds kind of area. We share the Gurr land with the Turrbal people, and for 60,000 plus years, we haven't really written anything down, but we still managed to survive as a people. We might have put some paintings up every now and again, but our traditions are mainly oral, and we pass down knowledge from person to person, from generation to generation. And for a while, I mean, like falling in love with Shakespeare at, high school, and then when I went to university and that sort of stuff. And I wondered why Shakespeare appealed to me, because he's a white guy from halfway around the planet. And why would we even have anything in common at all? And then I came across this nugget of information. It might have come out of my work at QSC, that Shakespeare never wanted any of his plays published in a formal way. The printing press was a thing back then, so it isn't as if it wasn't completely out of reach for maybe his company to make a bit of a buck on kind of printing up all these plays and sell them. And IP is a completely different discussion, obviously, but it was interesting for us to discover that he didn't want it published. And we'd often give sides out to actors instead of the whole script, like to save the stage manager from having to write out the whole script for absolutely everybody. It's just your lines, maybe a couple of lines before your entrance as a cue, and Bob's your uncle. And you had to learn that kind of stuff very, very fast, and often it would be that would be a moment of discovery as well, as kind of going, well, I don't have the whole script. What is everybody else even talking about? It's interesting to kind of to hear that such an influential playwright is somebody who's interested in not being based on the printed word. And I often find that I can't, as much Shakespeare knowledge and experience that I have, I can't really read it off the page by just looking at it, reading silently. I have to read it out loud. I don't know if that's your experience as well.
I find it much better.
I definitely need to hear it. There's something about maybe the consonants and the assonants and the rhythm and all those other poetic things that we go through when we are reading poetry, but there is something about it that really springs to life when it's coming out of someone's voice. And I think that that's the link between me being a black fella with thousands of generations of history behind me, and somebody from halfway across the world with thousands of years of theatrical tradition, wanting to go, well, we don't want to write anything down. We want to speak the words that we have been taught, and hopefully they'll mean something to somebody, from generally like, educating them or teaching them something about the world or how to conduct themselves as a person. I think that's the important thing, and that's the important link that I've got between those two traditions.
There we go. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you being here. It would be great if you could give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hang around and check out some of these other videos that will appear and dig a little bit more into Shakespeare. I'll see you soon.